Hey everybody, so I'm outside a thrift store that is about a half hour from my house. I'm just about to go in and see if there's anything halfway decent. I haven't been here in probably a month or so, so that's always fun. I feel like I'm not looking at the same stuff all the time. I am really tired today, and you can tell I'm tired when I didn't jump at the chance to go thrifting. So I'm seeing if I'm going to be rewarded for my effort. I did need to get my packages out to the post office before the end of the day. And my husband was maybe about going out for some work stuff, but he had some work stuff to do at home. So I just decided, you know what, I'll take the packages and I'll run to the thrift store, because I kind of felt like I can handle thrifting, whereas if I stayed home, I probably would have pushed myself to do one or two things, and then I would have collapsed on the couch for the rest of the day. So this is maybe slightly more productive than what would have happened if I'd stayed home. So I will keep you posted and let you know if I find anything good. Okay, so yeah, no, I wouldn't say I was rewarded actually, although thrifting is just fun in general. I did pick up a pair of Y2K chunky Lower East Side shoes, but I had to pay $10 for them. So, and then the other thing, I did get Lululemon, but that doesn't excite me anymore. $5 for a sweatshirt. But I did get this print kind of thing. So once I figure out what exactly, I mean, it's just a print, like a picture that you prop up on the table, so you can see the back. It's kind of different. It's distributed by Coffrin's Old West Gallery in Montana, and it's the Indian Encampment by Bierstadt. So I don't know what that's going to be worth. I paid $3 for it. Okay, so it's future me or current me or whatever you want to call it. Just with a quick update here about this little print that I picked up, as you just saw in the footage. And so what I discovered upon closer inspection was that this is actually just a sleeve, and the picture inside is a large oversized postcard. So I looked it up, and it turns out it's worth about $5. So it's not really worth anything. So what I might do is just hang on to it and lot it up. I've got some other ephemera. Maybe I'll lot it up with other Western stuff or other Montana things. I'm not quite sure what I'll do with that, but maybe just put it in a little ephemera lot. So I'll just kind of hang on to that for now. And then I bought myself a sweatshirt. I had some other stuff, I put it back. So it just turns out, I don't know. I'm sure it was just kind of an off day, but sometimes I noticed this thrift store used to be my favorite. It was kind of like a little honey hole. But I don't know if they've got a new manager, new something, and the prices are getting a little higher. But they're also cleaning and organizing the store a lot more, which you would think would be nice. But I find whenever stores do that, then they jack their prices. And I don't know, they have less stuff in there. So maybe it's just easier to see it all at once. Maybe that's all it is. But today just wasn't a good day. There just wasn't anything great there that I was excited about. It used to, I like it for finding vintage in this particular part of town. So anyway, it's not too late, so I might try another store, but I think I will. The weather was really gross today, but it looks like it's breaking up a little bit, so let's go maybe try again. Okay, so maybe this is not quite my day, but I just tried to go to Starbucks to get an iced brown sugar shaken espresso oat milk. I can't say it. It's got 7 words in the title of the drink, but I got addicted to this drink this summer. So they were out of oat milk, but they gave me a coupon for $4 on my next one since they didn't have what I wanted. Anyway, okay, so I came to the next town over. The sun I talked about coming out of the clouds is nowhere to be seen here. It's very foggy. And it feels like it's dinner time, but it's only 2:30. Anyway, we'll see how this one goes. So this thrift store is the same company as the one I was just at, but it's in a different town, a swankier town. And so the prices are always higher, and there's no discounts today that would apply to me. And that's what I forgot to say about the last one. So the first thrift store I went to on Wednesdays, they have, I think it's the same discount, but it was like for seniors or students or whoever. And, but they would never ask in the past. They would never ask if, you know, they would just give the discount to everybody instead of asking you if you were a senior. And it was nice, but now they're starting to ask. And so none of those things applied to me. And anywho, so that's why I ended up putting some of the things back. They just weren't worth it for the full price. And the Lower East Side shoes, they were 10. I would rather have paid 5 because I'm hoping to maybe get like 40, maybe at the most. Anyway, I don't know if I should pick those up. It's just kind of fun to find them. Anyway, so I don't know if I'll go buy another Starbucks today. Depends on how strong the craving gets. But we're going to try this thrift store and see if there's just something, you know, it does usually have nice things and good brands. So we'll just see what we can find. And here I go being proved wrong because we're probably having a Thanksgiving special. Okay, so that was a little bit better. I feel better about coming out today. As you saw the little clip, as I was walking up, I realized they're closed for the next 2 days, Thanksgiving and then Black Friday. So they are doing like their Black Friday sale today. So the whole store was half off. And then on top of that, like their prices were lower than normal. I don't know if they've just, you know, so that just goes to show it's always like a roller coaster with thrift stores. Whenever I start to get frustrated that one is raising their prices, then, you know, Goodwill does that. They'll, like right now, their shoe prices are insane. They don't do flat rates on their shoes. They do flat rates on all their other clothing. So I was just kind of like, didn't even bother looking at shoes the other day because I saw the prices of a few and I said, okay, forget it. But, you know, the stuff will pile up. They'll get a new manager, something will happen, and prices will go back down again. And then I realized that they are having a 50% off sale on Friday for the whole store. So I was like, duh, they're raising all their prices of the stuff they're putting out this week in anticipation of that sale. So it was nice. This one, I got some vintagey type things, and the prices were kind of low to begin with. And I will probably just show you that in a separate video at home because I don't want to pull everything out, what I got there. But I will give you one little teaser. I've got this little bag. And so I ended up with cups and saucers. They're so pretty. They're very delicate. So anyway, they're Limoges. And Limoges can be kind of hit or miss. So it's Limoges is the place where they're made, right? So it's not like Limoges is the brand. So it's, let's see, CH Field. I forgot what else it said. Haviland. Okay, so Haviland and Limoges kind of go together. And then, anyway, so what caught my attention on this, because I have bought Haviland Limoges that didn't sell, right? Some sold, some didn't, but this one I thought was like really pretty. I like the foot on there, it has decoration down there. But what was interesting to me was that it is also marked Missoula Mercantile, Kalispell, Montana. And so this is like made for a specific store or ordered from a, you know, for a specific store, which I think was in business when I look up Missoula Mercantile stuff on eBay. All like the photo postcards and things like that are from the late 1800s. So I'm thinking I'm gonna find out how long they were in business, Of course, comps might be kind of tricky, but I just thought the Kalispell connection would be super, super interesting. And get this, there was no price on those cups and saucers, and so they generally do like a you know, each cup is 50 cents or whatever if it's not marked separately. So when I brought it up to the register, she said, you know what, I'm just gonna do $2 for all of the cups and saucers. And so then today was half off, so it was $1 for all of that Limoges. So anyway, that should be interesting. We'll see how they do, and I'll have more research to do. But anyway, I will go see if there's the other thrift store in town. We'll see if they're open. It's the day before Thanksgiving, so, and it's a small private little thrift, so they might have their own hours. We'll see. And the last one was a bust. That's just how it goes sometimes when you're out thrifting for resale. So I will head home now. I'm done. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and show you some of the other things that that I found at that last thrift store that I mentioned. And first up is this men's jewelry box. So I thought it was a nice looking men's jewelry box, and it has, you know, the anchor nautical stuff, always kind of a popular choice. The only issue, the brand is Swank, so there's a mark on the back. There is some kind of stuff here, like it got stuck to something or whatever. It's slightly sticky. So we're going to see if we can do anything about that. I only paid $2 for it, and I looked inside, and the inside was in good shape. So this is another way you kind of know it's a men's jewelry box or a valet, is it has this band across it, and that's for tie clips to get clipped to. So it doesn't have a mirror. So that, besides it's, you know, kind of got a masculine vibe to it. So if we can get that kind of schmutz off, that'll probably go in the Etsy shop that my husband will end up listing over there. Maybe cross-posted to eBay, I'm not sure. Now, as far as what else I got in that store, a couple little jewelry items. They do have that, they don't send their jewelry off to auction or anything like that. So they do sometimes have some jewelry. I don't pick up a ton. They do generally price it kind of high. And a lot of it is just not jewelry that I'm going to pick up to resell. It might be like too current or just too not name brand or anything like that. But anyway, so I ended up picking up these little clip-on earrings. They're like pave set rhinestones, which means it's kind of flat. As I was looking at them closer, anyway, so they're like the rhinestones don't come up out of the setting, and they're kind of, it covers the whole surface. That's what that means. But I was looking at them, I was thinking of listing them, and I noticed that the profile, all of a sudden I could see a rhinestone, and I'm like, you're not supposed to be able to see it sticking up. So there is a replaced rhinestone in there that they didn't do a very good job. Someone didn't do a very good job. Looking straight on, oh my goodness, as I throw it. Looking straight on, it should be fine, you know, but it's just something I'll have to disclose. Anyway, the brand on those are Nina Ricci. I have not sold anything by her besides like a sewing pattern before. So we will see how those do. They're just super cute little bows. I like that. And then I did get this pair of earrings. Actually, they're marked 925, so sterling silver, and they just have like a faux pearl on the inside. But anyway, I ended up keeping those. And then I got these. These, I can't really find anything like them. They're very Southwest, as you can see. Southwest beaded on one side and silver tone on the back. I might test for silver. I'm not sure. There's no marks that I can see, but they're probably just a silver tone metal with, you know, that beading on the front. I just thought they were cool. They, again, might end up just being something I keep, but I think they're attractive and that they would sell with the right keywords. So those were $4. I think all the earrings were $4 that day. I got a couple crafty things. I got this bag I picked up. It was $2. It was sealed up in this canvas, needlepoint canvas was inside, and I couldn't tell what it was, but I took a chance for $2. And it turns out it's a nice little black dog looking at dolphins. So that's kind of cool. And people love their black dogs. This is just a painted needlepoint canvas. I looked up Needlepoint Alley. There's not a whole lot of results. There's, you know, some Christmas ones listed. I did see something else, Needlepoint Alley insolds. I think I went into Terapeak and could find some results, and one sold for about $50. And the reason I was happy to pick it up is it comes with the thread. So someone's project that they didn't quite start, but they have all the thread for it. And so that's always an awesome thing. So I'm going to shoot for $50 on that and just see how that does. The other thing I got, well, a couple more things. I got this, this was $3 for this bag, and there's 4 of them according to the information on the bag. And they are, as you can see, it's a cow pattern, and it is like a cow, like a 3D cow tote bag purse. And I'm like, man, come on, who's not going to want that? So anyway, there's 5 of these fabric panels in there, and the designer is Susie Q, the Curious Cow Tote Bag. Susie Q, the Curious Cow Tote Bag. Susie Q, there was some fabric panels and things on eBay. I'm not even sure if there's any in solds. So I'm just going based on the kitsch factor and on the whole, like, this is so funny. I didn't go back and look at Terapeak or anything further. Hold on a second. Okay, so I just went to Terapeak, and there are actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 results on Terapeak for Susie Q, the Curious Cow Tote Bag, and the average price is looking to be about $10 per panel. So like I said, I paid 3. I've got 4 panels, so we're looking at about $40 that we'll make on that. So anyway, and then speaking of fabric, there was some yardage of fabric there, because, you know, just what I need, some more fabric. But anyway, I've got some more seersucker type fabric, and it's just in a nice bright orange and green, and very cheerful looking. And there's quite a bit of it. I haven't measured it yet, and I only paid $2 for all of this fabric. So I will list that. And someone, you know, there's enough to make a nice summer dress or something like that out of it. So that's exciting. So then the other little vintage thing I got there was this little trinket box. And, you know, some of these are kind of hit or miss. You don't want to go too cheesy with these. Oh, but do you hear it? Name that tune. Leave me a comment down below. You should probably know it because it's like in every music box, and it's a famous piece of classical music. Anywho, so if it's flat, it doesn't play, but if I go like that, it plays. Interesting. It's only marked Japan on the bottom, and then the music mechanism is marked Sankyo. So if you look up like a piano, Sankyo music box, piano trinket jewelry box, there's all sorts of different ones with different designs on the top. But I just thought the condition of the enamel or the ceramic or whatever this is really good. Overall, the condition is really good. So I did see some prices up to about like $35. I think I priced mine right at about $25 because the higher ones were a little while ago. So I just put it on Ruby Lane for about $25. I think it's really pretty. Did you hear that snap? I think a breaker just blew. my house, so my son will probably be down here in a minute going, Mom, the power went out. Okay. Anyway, so the last thing I have to talk about is this, and I showed that to you in the car, but now you can see the pattern here. And I meant to, okay, if I find out a name to the pattern itself, I will insert a video clip here in a minute. Otherwise, sometimes there's just not a name for the pattern, but like I said, it was marked on the bottom, Missoula Mercantile and Kalispell, Montana. So this is what I found out about that. So the building is still here in town in Kalispell, which is kind of cool. It's become a commercial space. So anyway, let me back up for a second. So looking at the dates of this, it was one of the largest retail and wholesale operations between Seattle and Minneapolis. The Missoula Mercantile sold everything from groceries to wagons. By 1897, its Kalispell branch employed 20 men and covered a 300-mile sales territory, delivering by train as far as Havre. So then there was additions, blah, blah, blah. Then the name of the store became Kalispell Mercantile in 1911. So these are definitely going to have to be from before 1911, which is awesome. So that helps narrow things down as far as timing on this Limoges, Haviland Limoges cup and saucer. I have 6 sets. Like I said, I paid $1 for all 6. One of them does have a slight chip in the edge of the saucer. So I'm not sure what I'll do with that. I might just see how these sell and then just disclose that one and see if it goes with the flaw. I don't know. Anyway, so just fascinating. I showed you a picture of the Kalispell Mercantile, and so then here's a picture also of what it looks like today. And it is like commercial office space today over, I think it's divided up inside to just places you could rent. And actually, as I was looking inside of it, I was like, would that be cool to like put your eBay business in one of those? Like that would be so fun, because I've always wanted to live in an older building, an older town that has a brick wall that's showing. I know it's trendy, whatever, but I just have always loved that since I was a kid. And so some of the offices probably around the edges have like one wall is like brick, and I'm like, that would be so fun. But anyway, I'm just gonna work out of my house because I'm too lazy to go anywhere. Okay, so I still don't know prices yet. I feel like I did get some kind of results for Missoula Mercantile and Limoges off of Google. Okay, it looks like there might have been a serving dish that matched, that sold. Does that say anything? Yes. It has an additional stamp for Missoula Mercantile Kalispell. Anyway, they say Kalispell, Michigan, but that's because the abbreviation is MONT. It was before the standardized MT abbreviation. I think they just read it wrong real quick. So it's not an exact match. It only sold for $19, but it's like a little serving dish. Some, another, scarce long serving dish, Theodore Haviland Limoges, pink roses, patent applied for, Missoula Mercantile, Montana on the bottom, sold for $243. Okay, so I'm thinking that has more to do with the shape of the dish than the fact that it, had anything to do with Missoula. So there have been other pieces, oh wait, here's a teacup and saucer, not as pretty as mine, I don't think. Sold for $25 in 2007. And Anyway, yeah, I think mine's better looking. My pictures will be better. Okay, that's not very nice. My pictures will be better looking. Anyway, it looks a little bit different than that. So I am going to shoot for, I don't know, leave me a comment down below what you would list each one at. I'm thinking at least a minimum of $25. I just don't know whether I need to go any higher. And that may change depending on if I find out anything about the pattern or even the shape of the cup, if that ends up being somewhat desirable, more desirable as well. Okay, so that's what I found on that day. Overall, it was worth it going out, even though I didn't feel like it. And it turned out to be a fairly good thrifting day. Not the greatest I've ever had, but it's always fun when you can find something that's just, you know, it lets me do research and it lets me learn something new. Hope you guys have been doing well with your thrifting, and I will talk to you later this week.